All right, hello and welcome everybody. Thank you for watching. This is Mad Gamer. You are watching on multiple platforms from YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm everywhere right now. But I need you guys to come over to Twitch or YouTube. That way we can communicate and I can see you in the chat. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, I cannot see comments. So please come over and hang with me. If you need the info, it's right there on the screen. Mad Gamer INC. With that out of the way, we're just gonna go right ahead and just punch through a couple of different things and just go down the rabbit hole of 2022. And it's not over yet. It's literally not over yet, but we had Horizon Forbidden West, we had Sifu, we had Elden Ring, we had amazing games, just smaller games like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. It had a bunch of great things. And for the next couple months, October and November specifically, you're going to get a couple of big titles as well. And I'm actually going to surprise you with what I think could be a candidate for Game of the Year, as well as things you can expect from the big games. So it's looking good. And I'm excited to just kick back and talk about games, and feel free to drop whatever you want to talk about and whatever you think is a good topic, because I'm happy to kind of explore. And even if it's something I don't know, being educated and informed is helpful. One of the big things that I talk about, not just with gaming, but in gaming space, is that yes, everybody has opinions, and some of them are very strong-minded, like myself, on a couple of different things. I like apples, you like oranges. There's a debate. You're never wrong about how you feel, but you can always take perspective from others and kind of grow in your own space. So that's what we're doing today. We're just gonna dive into a couple of topics and get into some things. And I want to give a big shout out to my bro, Cloudy Chip TV. That's my right hand man in gaming. And we had a podcast discussion on his podcast, Agree to Disagree, where the debate was very simple. You know, we were talking about Game of the Year, possible games of the year. Of course, it's still very early, but his conversation was Elden Ring just really did something special. And I don't disagree, but I disagreed that it was going to be Game of the Year. I felt like Horizon Forbidden West was a way superior game in every level, basically. Outside of like Elden Ring having like 70 plus unique bosses. That was one of the special things I liked, going in there and fighting the bosses. But with that said, it's just an opinion, right? And if you listen to that podcast, you'll hear me strongly disagree. And we're in the middle of a debate, so I'm not going to back down. But that didn't mean that I didn't respect and appreciate it. I mean, I played over 400 hours of Elden Ring, so I'm one of the fans who think it's one of the best games of the year. With that out of the way, you know, you have those games and more that I'm not officially prescribing. And actually this year, there are games that I personally love that are, you know, smaller games or lesser known, that I'm very, very, very blessed to be able to enjoy. So even, for example, NBA 2K23, it's probably, you know, going to be my most played game this year, just because I'm a basketball fan and it's well designed and it's just a sports game, right? But it keeps me coming back. Okay, with all that out of the way, we're gonna get into what you're looking on the screen a little bit. If you can see the small screen here, I don't want to make a big screen yet. I want to keep it here just to kind of talk. And again, jump in at any point you want about the games you're feeling like are some of the best of the year. I usually do a top 10 games, and then I add other games to that. And I already have my list. I already have 10, but they will get knocked down and up, and you know, things will change as the year goes because we got a lot coming in the next couple weeks. And I want to kind of point it out here as we see some of these games, and some of these are not coming out this year, by the way, but we're still going to talk about them gently and get into them. So first and foremost, you see Call of Duty right here, and the reason I'm starting with this is because it's one of the most popular games of all time. Can't compete when it comes to popularity on this game. I've been very critical about them improving and providing higher quality when it comes to cheaters, when it comes to glitches and bugs, when it comes to game design and things like that. I felt like this year, everything that they're presenting says that they're in it to change the game and to make it better. And a lot of little quality fixes that are important are in this game. And everything I've played already that I could talk about, that I've not had an NDA for this game, so there's no like holding back to a certain extent. But the stuff that I could say publicly about it is that, you know, they're really caring about the small quality of life things, and that matters to me because I play games for hundreds of hours, right? And if you can't just give me the attention to detail, then it kills some of the experience, because then all of a sudden, you know, you're losing my attention. And the reason I play video games is to keep my attention focused and enjoying full immersion experience. So this is important, and I think that a lot of times people lose sight of that. And when they're designing a game, they just want to, you know, create the nice hype content, but they don't pay attention to the details. But the greatest creators, you know, when you look at a God of War 2018, when you look at a Metal Gear Solid series, and so many other games, The Last of Us, for example, they have attention to details with it, whether it's in the story and just small dialogue that's meaningful, or gameplay, small little details, visuals, sound, you know, mechanics or gameplay features that really enhance the experience. So I think I'm going to say this loud because I'm very critical of Call of Duty all the time, that this one will be probably the most detailed Call of Duty in a very long time when it comes to attention to detail, smaller things that you might not notice or pay attention to. We're gonna actually play some of this, and I don't want to play the audio, guys. So, but from the multiplayer aspect, we'll get into in a minute, and the Warzone, those are two different things, to the story. If we're talking multiplayer here, you have a whole new system that they've put together when it comes to presentation and overall. And of course, it's just a beta promo. But let's take a look at some more of this, and hopefully I don't get no copyright strikes. You know how these things are. But these visuals, as you can see, this gameplay mechanics, and it's the details. Okay, bringing back the old characters, storyline, it's one thing, but minor details about weapons, gunsmith things, your abilities, gameplay mechanics, and overall features, they're really doing it well. And if I was to I can do a whole stream just talking about what they're doing different, and I might, you never know. But yeah, there's plenty of things to discuss when it comes to this game, as far as the story goes. But we're just gonna leave it at, you're gonna be kind of continuing off where this story left off for Modern Warfare 2, and building on that. And as far as the multiplayer, we got to play some of the betas and open betas, closed betas, all that stuff. It felt really good. and there's some changes as far as sliding and dodging. Those mechanics have changed and swapped, let's just say. But I loved it. And I think the gunplay felt really good. Some attention to detail with the guns to make it really feel special. And the multiplayer had some unique modes that I said, can really do something special for on its own. And then last but not least, of course, you have the Warzone, which is not as story driven or anything like that, and it's strictly battle royale style. And they actually changed a lot of the stuff that I've been wanting them to, focusing on providing everybody with a new system. So that's important to me. And if you want to get into this, like I said, we'll go deeper a little later during the show. Right now, I'm just streaming to play some video games in a minute, but I wanted to just discuss it. So Call of Duty is one that you want to look out for. This is, you can get early access in October 28th. So you can play through to starting off. And then in November, Warzone Part 2 will also be releasing. And we don't want to go down this long rabbit hole of God of War Ragnarok, but we're about to get a taste of how good this game could be. It says, fight to defend the 9 realms. And see, so this conversation is going to be a little spoilerish, guys, when it comes to the previous games, all of them. So I don't want to hold back just because somebody didn't play. But please get the hell out of here if you don't want to hear it. But God of War Ragnarok, here's my reality towards this one. Ragnarok can do something that I believe will take this game to the next level. Now, it's going to be very, very risky, but it'll be the best way that they can do it. And if you're watching this, I want you to just predict right before I go ahead. In your head, just think it. Maybe you won't have to put it in the comments, but in your head, just think about what God of War Ragnarok could be. And just, I'm going to give you a moment. We're going to take a moment of silence here. I'm going to go ahead and pause and not even speak. All right. So what will God of War Ragnarok really be? All right. Did you have enough time to try and think about it? Because I'm about to blow your mind. We'll blow my own mind out of it. And this is something I haven't thought about too hard, but I was hoping this would be what happens for this game. It would be really awesome. By the way, where are the trailers? I usually like to see. There we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and record this also. Ready? Hello, this is Mag Gamer, and I am presenting to you a story prediction and a hope. But I am also very open-minded about this being anything that it wants to be. The writers have done an incredible job, and now we're gonna talk about God of War Ragnarok. Just so everybody knows, God of War 2018 was incredible. I thought they did an amazing job. They set up for Ragnarok perfectly, and the game is in a great place regardless of what direction they want to go. That out of the way, I am going to talk about a prediction that I think would be best for me and what I could see be special. So, spoilers ahead, get ready. So first and foremost, you have Kratos and his boy, Atreus. And Atreus getting the nickname Loki in part one kind of opened the door to a conversation about what he could become and what he really is. Okay. And to kind of open the door into my perspective is I want to see an Atreus open world game in the future. His own storyline and everything that he's gone through. And the way that works is in this game in Ragnarok, he ends up time traveling and dealing with multiple different scenarios throughout his life. And Kratos never knows this during the Ragnarok game. We never see it as players throughout the Ragnarok game. But it's there, and it starts getting revealed all the way until the end, and we find out Atreus has been trying to save Kratos from dying. Because Kratos is supposed to die in Ragnarok. And no matter what Atreus does, he can't save him. But he's done everything he can over and over and over and over, a million times, traveling back and forth. And in this trailer, and this is all my predictions, by the way, in this trailer, he says, you know, he doesn't know, you know, what's going on. And that's very important because Atreus is a young kid, and how does he have all that? And, you know, if you look at the Norse mythology about who's the father of the wolves and all this extra detail, which I'm not going to get into, then you'll understand that he has such power. And, you know, he's a part of this whole movement for Ragnarok. So in this game, again, I'm not trying to predict this game. I'm saying if they could expand it so that Kratos could get his own game within time traveling, will be good. And when I say Kratos, I mean Atreus. A game just with Atreus, no Kratos at all. And apologies on my presenting this a little bit not as perfect as I normally do. But I wanted to just share that idea because I can see it vividly. And an amazing game where Atreus is time traveling and doing so many different things and trying to go back to his mother's days or go back Kratos and change Kratos' life, and so many deep things that could happen within that story. And I personally feel that would be best. And that's a separate game, but it's something that they could set up within this game as the story progresses however they want it to. And that's just a quick breakdown. Again, I didn't write a script for this. This is me free flowing my idea and my thought. And it might be a little too late to ask for something like this, right? I maybe should have said this 5 years ago before they finished the game, because I'm sure they're just polishing and finishing it up. It's coming out next month. So with that out of the way, I just wanted to just share some thoughts on that. I'm very excited about God of War Ragnarok, and it's going to be one of the Game of the Year candidates just from its, you know, standards. I feel like it's going to be one of the Games of the Year. I feel very, very excited to be a gamer just for this game. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to share that. And thank you guys so much. Peace. Everybody watching, I had to record that because I'm going to put it up on social media. But yeah, so God of War, that's my idea. Is forget about Kratos, forget about God of War. Make a Atreus game. Open world Atreus game. Where he spends his time traveling, trying to change the past and the future and change everything. And he doesn't realize, you know, how things work. But as far as this game right here, we know what 2018 did. I don't have to kind of justify the fact that this might be a Game of the Year candidate. There's only the possibility that it's so broken that it's not good. But yeah, I'm watching this trailer. I really love it, man. I can watch this all day. But that's that right there. So these are the. I don't even want to talk about this game. It's too good. You know, I think it's 100% possible for game of the year. We just talked about ideas of general stuff. I didn't even get into the story of this game, but made my own little version of what I think could be cool. But anyway, with that out of the way, we're gonna move on and kind of discuss a really cool game. And let me actually see if I could change the dates on these so that we could get everything rolling. Okay, here we are. Now we're talking. Now we're back to the regular scheduled dates. Okay, this game right here, super special game. The original game was so good as far as just like the presentation and the feel for it. You know, this girl trying to save her family, save herself, of course, from this insane situation. And I honestly believe A Plague's Tale Part 2 will be just as good. And better, actually. I think they probably learned a lot of what people appreciated from the first one, and then they're going to come in and do that better. Add to it, of course. As you can see visually, they got like hundreds of rats all over. And honestly speaking, you know what's crazy is I'm a New Yorker. I've been around hundreds of rats. I used to sleep on my sofa, you know, in the ghetto, and we had endless of rats, and they used to crawl on me. And sorry to break it down, a terrible, creepy thing, but they used to crawl all over me at night while I was going to bed. How many we've had in the old days. And so this game's rat infestation is kind of like a reality of New York City. Not to this extent, of course, but yeah, A Plague Tale. I'm actually really excited for this game. And we're not gonna say much more and just leave it right there when it comes to that. And here we go. This is a game, personally, that I feel might be another game that I spend a lot of time in. Of course, I'm very interested in the story. Batman is dead. But what's even better is that they actually designed this to be really good when it comes to the full experience, right? You're going to be dealing with a lot of great mechanics as far as like you're a detective, you're trying to solve these crimes, you have an open world of Gotham, you're playing one of the knights, you know, you have a great combat system, and then tons and tons of lore when it comes to Batman and Harley Quinn and all of these cool things. I've gotten to a place where I've seen so many movies or so many games of the same character that it's nice not to have Batman. That sounds a little crazy, but I really feel like, you know, this game might be better than all the Batmans. I said that a couple days ago on a Discord chat for Gotham Knights players. Somebody was discussing that nobody will ever top the Arkham series, but I do believe this is going to be doing a lot of things better than the Arkham series. Just my opinion. And I already seen it within the features of the game. And I'm not here to compare because that's the worst thing you can do, but we do it all the time. And I personally believe that outside of just loving Batman, you know, myself, the universe is so good that it can succeed. You know? And honestly, the way I would end this game is just like Batman faked his death. He was busy doing something else, and he comes back at the end. It's just a silly way to do it for the idiots who are like, I need Batman or this game sucks. Well, there's people like that, and that's pretty sad, but that's just the truth. But yeah, I love this game. I think it's gonna be great. And I'm actually gonna stay here for a second and kind of let some of these play. I'm gonna fix my visual, make it even better. Hopefully. I'm gonna do this. 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 There you go. But so again, I honestly, have not been a fan of Red Hood too much, Robin or Batgirl, Batwoman. These characters or Nightwing, I don't really have a care for them. It's always been Batman for me. Of course, you like the villains like the Joker and things like that, but man, is it. But that said, this game is looking to be great. I don't think it's game of the year. I don't think God of War will get surpassed by this, but is it going to be a fun experience? Am I going to enjoy it? For sure. And that's what games are for. Not every game has to be game of the year candidate or even win game of the year to be worth it. There's 365 days a year. If a game can keep me busy for a month or week, a year, a couple months, whatever, then it's done its job. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts. I do think this game is going to be special. And what I would suggest as we watch like one more trailer here, I'll put something else on. What I would suggest is for you to free your mind from comparing it to any Batman game. Free your mind from wanting that. It's like if we go to eat at an Italian restaurant, but you thinking, I want Chinese. This isn't Chinese. This doesn't taste like Chinese. It's like, okay, yeah, you're in an Italian restaurant, buddy. Eat your pasta and shut up. So that is the mindset you should have. Like, all right, let me go into this, see what this has to offer. And they have a whole different experience. Very different than the original Batman style. So I really love it. It's gonna be a great one. Hey, by the way, somebody's asking, what am I playing tonight? I mean, right now I'm gonna play a couple of games. Actually, we're gonna talk about it in a minute, but got a couple of games, and I'll just kind of briefly go over some stuff here. My buddy's been into the PGA, asking me to play this Tiger Woods stuff. No, I don't know. NHL from esports. If I was into hockey, I would try it. And then you have Resident Evil. I believe the new DLC is coming out or something like that. And then after that, Sonic Frontier. Is that coming out? This is one that Cloudy wanted. Yeah, it's supposed to come out in November. So that's interesting. That's one that Cloudy's been talking about a little bit. This right here to me is always good. These guys make great games, okay? And this is just another iteration of one of their, would call it a DLC. They kind of created a standalone versions of things, but it's a great series of different style of stories and situation. If you're into storytelling and like, experiencing branches of cinematic horror, then this is the way to go. His own storyline though, so. And then we got what I think might be the best horror game of the year, at least from games that I play. I haven't played a lot of horror games. This game right here looks really good. I've always been skeptical, right? I see a million horror games and oh, it's a dark alleyway, they're in space, or oh, here we go, it's more darkness, and oh, look at the creatures, they're gonna bite you, and that's pretty much it. But for this game, you know, it started intriguing me visually, just like whoa. And then gameplay wise, when I seen the actual gameplay, I couldn't stop saying, damn, okay, well, wait a minute, I might want to try this out. It has some interesting mechanics. So big props to them for making a good game. You can see here just small little detail. Of course, that's like a Metal Gear reference, sliding through vaults, but in the gameplay, you'll see some cool stuff. That guy kind of reminds me of Chris Hemsworth. Just want to watch this for a second. A lot of interesting little parts here of these creatures, and then him and with a bunch of prisoners, and yeah, so that's a great game coming out in December. And we're almost done. Another game coming out in December. Midnight Suns. I do believe this is going to be a great game. Now, it's a turn-based, something me and Cloudy were talking about. It's a turn-based game, okay? So you're not getting live action. You're not going to get, you know, the run and gun style play. But not everything has to be. So we'll see how this one plays out. We will see. Last but not least, recently announced the Need for Speed Unbound, coming out on December 2nd. It'll be interesting. All right, that's just kind of like the end of the year games, guys. Now I'm gonna chill out and play some very old what are you playing games for the night. I don't have the camera on because I'm really casually relaxed right now. Wait, where's my game? I'm gonna put that there like that. I probably shouldn't do that, but a lot of visuals probably disturb the greatness of the game. Let me see. Wait a minute, this is gonna be... Oh, wait a minute. Got the audios off.
2 additional teams assigned to this. Find Romer.
I understand.
Logan is my best agent. What do you want to do?
Nothing. We will wait. We will wait and see what he can discover.
Our WHO contact was correct. Everyone within 100 miles is dead.
Not everyone. This man is still alive.
How is that possible?
It's not.
Splinter Cell, baby. When did this game release? Does anybody know the date? Somebody help me out here. I decided I wanted to play old games today. You know, you hear a lot of talk and a lot of this, a lot of that. And I remember playing Siphon Filter a bunch. I didn't play this one too much, or part 2. So we're gonna try real quickly. We're not gonna play the whole game. We're just gonna test it all out. But yeah, so we'll see how it works out right now. I just want to try run through the game just a little bit. Now, this game's very old, first of all. And let me move a couple of things on the stream so that visually it doesn't bother too much. Here we go. All right,
When
let's
does
see.
the operation begin?
Our intelligence within the FBI was not clear, but Romer's men are already inside the subway.
Is it the same virus?
Yes, enough to eliminate everyone within 100 miles or more.
Procedure?
Standard intercept and eliminate. These are from our contact inside Interpol. Jenkins' team is already on search and defuse. You are the trigger.
I recognize Anton Gerdu and Mara Aramov. Who's the other one?
Pavel Krevich, Romer's communications expert. When you eliminate him, you'll also have to destroy his comm uplink. You'll be dropped into the strike zone when the firefight begins. You'll have an hour to find your targets and take them out.
Do the locals know what they're dealing with?
No.
I've got an ID match for Romer on level 1. Gerdu is on level 2. No location yet for Kravich, and I don't see any sign of Aramov.
Copy. I'm on my way.
All right, we go into a 1999 game. I don't even know the mechanics here. We're gonna figure it out as we go, people. Oh wow, this thing feels like a hot mess. Hey man, there we go. How is it moving? First of all, I'm just testing the mechanics. They're shooting at me, dude. Bruh, I can't play this. I'm so new school, I can't play this. This definitely don't feel stealthy. Remember, there was some stealth elements to this game. Just running and gunning right now. Oh man. I'm out of here, guys. 1990, what was I thinking? First of all, well-y designed game. You saw the cinematics. They really did their thing.
Leon, Romer's men have locked down the subway entrance security gates.
You'll have to find the bypass switch. See if you can find a service elevator.
A lot of Metal Gear inspired. Yeah, I can't do this, guys. Well, there goes a rage quit. 1. And now we're going to go to number 2. We're going to play part 2. By the way, so what we're doing today, by the way, we're playing Siphon Filter. We're going to try out another classic. It has nothing to do with this series after this. but we just wanted to try 1 and 2 real quick, just to feel it, you know. Just want to feel it. 989. Shout out to Ben Studio. There's the guys from there made this game.
Tensions between the U.S. and People's Republic of China are on the rise as the administration answers allegations that it allowed sensitive U.S. technologies to be sold to a dissident group in Heilongjiang. In other news, we now go live to the White House press room where Secretary of State Vince Hatton is expected to comment on the Kazakhstan missile incident.
As many of you know, 4 hours ago, a nuclear missile was detonated over Kazakhstan. The Kazakhstan government assures us this was an accidental launch and that the missile was destroyed via their own safety countermeasures. An investigation is underway. Mr. Secretary, I cannot answer any more questions at this time.
The entire area has been closed off amid reports of possible contamination. Local news stations report that precautions are being taken to...
You guys made the news. The agency doesn't like it when their operations go public, or so I thought.
If we have our way, it's going to get a lot more public than this. You ready for us?
Smugglers use single-engine planes, not C-130 transports, you know. This old gravel road you call an airstrip's never tried to land anything that big before. You sure you want to bring it here?
We don't have much choice. ETA 16 hours.
Gabe, the transport's here.
Chance, get up to the landing strip. I want that transport ready to go in half an hour.
You got it, I'm already there.
Leon, you okay? You don't sound so good.
I'll be fine. Just make sure that airstrip is ready. Teresa, you're the only one we can count on now.
I'll be ready. Out.
What the?
I found the mainframe with Farcom's backup data. And Fagan's personal files.
Gabe, the transport has an escort. 2 Blackhawks running silent. It's Morgan and Falcon.
Okay, got it. Out. She's at the second hangar. Falcon, take the second squad and get her. First squad, get Logan on those discs. UN forces are on their way and we have to be finished before they get here.
Concussion grenades only. We need her alive.
Dobson, get those guys out of there. Tell them to move.
Pull your men back to the hangar and wait. I'm on my way.
Already on it.
Just have to hold them off until Gregorov gets here. Ramirez, get these discs into the silo. I'll signal when the landing strip is cleared.
Yes, sir.
Leon? Leon, do you copy?
Gotta give them credit for these cinematics, man, for a game this old.
She's the one.
Okay, we have her. No, Logan is still alive.
The Russians are here.
We're out of time. We'll finish Logan later.
Move those vehicles out of here. I want the airfield secured. No.
That's it. Everything's locked down tight.
Logan, your request for aid, it came too late, yes?
They've taken her.
I am sorry. She and I are old friends. They would kill her?
As long as I have the discs, the agency won't harm her.
The Cossacks are on the way. You must be gone before they arrive. I never saw you here.
I understand.
Move squads A and B into the warehouse.
All right, Chance, let's get moving.
All right, let's try this one out. How fast will I leave? I'm not an old school player, guys, just so you guys know. I like modern day games. Only a few old school style games.
Teresa, I made it.
When it's like really old school, like this right here is old school too. But
Kowalski! Man down!
these good guys are bad guys. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Getting out of here, guys. Yep. We're done. Can't do it, man. I can't do it. Sorry, guys. I'm not trolling, by the way. I'm literally just not gonna do it. Nothing wrong with that. I wanted to try it though. Honestly, I was trying it. And then now we're gonna go with the one and the only. Wait, where's part one? This one. This finished already? Check. Cool. All right, let's try part one. All right, the remastered version. I've never played BioShock. Here we go with another classic. Will I skip it in the first couple minutes? I couldn't play those. I just way too retro and not enough interest. Siphon filter. Sorry. Plus, I'm relaxed on the sofa, so I'm feeling really comfortable. I just wasn't in it. Hey guys, I'm gonna actually just close out the stream with some thank yous, and we'll get back into more gaming soon enough. Y'all for watching. Be safe out there. Peace and love. Catch me later. I'll be right